Whether you are an aspiring artist trying to build your fan base or someone who really enjoys live music, you might be interested in Energy Open Mic.
Yeah, this is a weekly open mic night that takes place at High Point Bistro. And to tell us more about it, joining us live is Abel Terry. He's the host of Energy Open Mic. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, how are you doing?
Wonderful. We hope you are. If you could just start, please, sharing the inspiration for this open mic night. And how has the community response been so far?
Well, my brother, C. Ricardo Briggs, started it a while back at Churchill's downtown Greensboro, and he brought me on and taught me how to maneuver, and I seen how the community was reacting to it. Everybody loved it. I mean, who doesn't like great music, live music, good singing? So that's what happened, and they respond so well because everybody get to come out and if they don't want to do anything, they can just sit back and enjoy themselves and catch a great energy about it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's about.
Okay. Is it a particular style of music, Abel, or is it just a true open mic, or whatever you want to do?
Whatever you want to do. Like last night, we had a guy named Austin come in last night, and he did gospel. And the way they responded to it, it was super duper amazing. So you can do whatever you want, as long as you come in with a good energy, and it works for everybody. It seems to work for everybody all the time.
Yeah, and an appreciation for music. If you have it, I imagine you would enjoy yourself, listening to all the talent. Tell us, for people who might be interested in participating in the open mic, how does that experience work? Do they just show up, or do they need to do anything ahead of time?
No, they just need to show up. There's a list sitting at the front. Sometimes we have it sitting at the front door, and they can just come in and sign their name up and sign whatever song that they're going to sing, and we call them up one by one.
And it's just as easy as that. That sounds great.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
So let's talk about how well it's been received, and has it been positively impacting the local creative scene?
Oh yeah. We try to make it as comfortable as possible for the people who just want to hear music and for the people who want to do music. So they're responding so well to it. There's not any fights or anything like that. It's just the love of music and great energy. So they're responding well, very well.
Abel, if you could share some memorable moments maybe, or some, shining talent that have been showcased so far that you'd like to share?
Yes. So I have I had a manager. Her name was Miss Tennille Faust. She passed on. Her birthday was last night. She could sing, dance, and do all of that stuff, right? She actually taught me and C. Ricardo about theater. So she put us in theater, and she was a professor at Bennett College. So what happened is she just like, I want to do something, I want to do something. I'm like, you don't want to do nothing. And she goes up there and she dances and sings like it's her last time. And that was one of the most memorable moments that I remember about her, coming in and just opening herself to everybody so they can enjoy what she had going on. Just an all-around beautiful light. So that's going to always be one of my most memorable moments, is seeing her doing what she does and doing it well.
That's sweet.
Doing it well.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is this something that is geared toward more musicians who have been in the spotlight before, or can anyone just come in, they've never performed before, and get a lot of community support to do that?
It's for everybody. I don't care if you sold 1 million records. I don't care if you sold 2. As long as you come and just show yourself. People like to hear new things, to see new people, and to hear new music from people, their own music. Sometimes we do covers, sometimes we do our own music. So it's just really about just coming in and just jumping forth and just seeing what the response is. We call it shooting in the gym. So open mic is really shooting in the gym for the big shows to come, see what works and see what don't work. So that's pretty much what it's about, and having a good energy about it. Yeah. Don't forget the energy. You gotta have the energy.
Well, that is in the name.
Right.
Energy Open Mic. And Abel, quickly, is this a ticketed event, or is this free for the public?
Free.
Free. Awesome.
Free. And we have great food there. and we have some of the greatest mixologists there. So it's just one of those things that's just perfect for
Wonderful.
musicians.
I know it. And every Wednesday night, too, we want to pass this info along to folks. Thank you, Abel, for your time this morning. The Energy Open Mic Night is every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Just head on out to the High Point Bistro on Summit Drive.
That's